Strangers on the path. On a quiet Sunday morning, the city felt paused. Shops were closed. Streets were almost empty. The usual noise of traffic had softened into something distant and unimportant. A thin layer of clouds covered the sky, letting light through without warmth. It was the kind of morning that invited reflection, even if no one planned it. At the far edge of the city, where buildings slowly gave way to trees and open land, a narrow park entrance stood quietly between two old signs. Few people noticed it during the week. On Sundays, even fewer. That morning, however, someone stood there. Emma arrived first. She parked her car, turned off the engine, and stayed seated for a moment longer than necessary. Her hands rested on the steering wheel. She took a deep breath and let it out slowly. Her heart was beating faster than she expected, and she had not even moved yet. She looked at her running shoes. They were not new, but they were clean. She had taken them out of the closet the night before and placed them by the door, as if doing so made this decision more real. For years, she had told herself she would start again. For years, she had not. Emma was 36. She worked long hours, thought constantly, and slept lightly. Her body felt tired in a way that sleep did not fix. She missed feeling strong. She missed feeling present. She opened the car door and stepped out into the cool air. The park was quiet. Trees stood still. The path ahead disappeared gently into the forest. There were no signs. No instructions. Just space. Emma checked her phone once more. The message was simple. Sunday morning run. Easy pace. Nature trail. No experience needed. Just show up. She had almost ignored it. But something about the words "just show up" stayed with her. She walked toward the entrance and waited. A few minutes later, another car arrived. Daniel stepped out, adjusting his jacket. He looked around, unsure, then smiled politely when he saw Emma. "Hi," he said. "Are you here for the run?" "I think so," Emma replied. "I'm Emma." "Daniel," he said. "Nice to meet you." They stood side by side, both slightly uncomfortable, both relieved not to be alone. Daniel was new to the city. He had moved for work 3 months earlier and still felt like a visitor in his own life. Running had always helped him think, but running alone had started to feel empty. When he saw the message online, he decided to try. One by one, others arrived. Sophia came next. She wore simple running clothes and carried herself quietly. She nodded instead of speaking at first. Then Marcus arrived, taller than the others, stretching his legs automatically. Finally, Leo appeared, relaxed and smiling, as if he trusted the day already. 5 people. None of them knew each other. They stood near the path, shifting their weight, unsure who should speak first. "Well," Leo said finally, "I guess we're doing this." That broke the tension. They laughed softly. No one introduced rules. No one took control. They simply turned toward the path and began to move. The first steps were slow. Shoes touched dirt. Leaves moved underfoot. Breathing was careful, almost polite. Each person listened closely to their body, waiting for discomfort, for resistance, for a reason to stop. But the path did not demand speed. It welcomed them gently. As they moved deeper into the park, the city faded behind them. The air felt cooler, cleaner. The ground was uneven, and their bodies adjusted naturally. Arms swung. Shoulders relaxed. Breathing deepened. Emma noticed it first. Her thoughts began to quiet. Not disappear, but soften. "This feels better than I expected," she said. Sophia nodded. "I forgot how different it feels outside." Marcus smiled. "The ground makes you honest." They ran at a pace that allowed conversation, but did not require it. Sometimes they spoke. Sometimes they stayed quiet, listening to footsteps and breath. After 15 minutes, they slowed to a walk. No one suggested stopping. It simply happened. They stood in a small clearing, hands on hips, breathing deeply. No one looked tired in a bad way. They looked awake. Daniel laughed quietly. I was worried I wouldn't last 5 minutes. Emma smiled. Me too. They turned back together. The return felt easier. Their bodies had warmed. Their steps were lighter. When they reached the entrance again, something unexpected happened. No one left. They stood there, talking. About work. About stress. About why they came. I just wanted change, Sophia said simply. Same, Marcus replied. But not the loud kind. They agreed to meet again the next Sunday. No planning. No pressure. Just presence. The following week, more people came. Someone had shared the message. Someone else had invited a friend. Curiosity spread quietly. 10 people stood at the entrance that morning. Some were experienced runners. Some were nervous beginners. All were welcome. The run was longer this time. They explored a new trail that climbed gently into the hills. The effort increased, but no one complained. When someone slowed down, others matched the pace without discussion. Emma felt stronger already. Her legs responded faster. Her breathing felt more confident. But more importantly, she felt connected. Running together changed everything. They were no longer strangers moving in the same direction. They were a group. After the run, they stayed longer. Coffee appeared. Laughter followed. Names became familiar. Stories deepened. Someone suggested a name. The Sunday run, Leo said. It felt right. By the 4th week, they had routines. Warm up together. Easy pace. Nature first. No competition. They ran through forests, along rivers, across open fields. Each path brought small surprises. Sunlight through trees. Birds lifting suddenly from the ground. Mud on shoes and laughter afterward. Emma noticed how her life began to change outside of Sundays. She slept better. She focused more easily. Her body felt like part of her again, not something separate. Others felt it too. Daniel found friends. Sophia found silence. Marcus learned patience. Leo found purpose in welcoming newcomers. They did not plan a club. It became one. And they did not know it yet, but this was only the beginning. Thank you for joining today and staying productive. See you in the next chapter.